about the campaign team and whether this is the team that is going to execute the NPP's agenda to break the eight.
Yeah. Roland, first of all, to prosecute a very good electioneering agenda, there are certain things that you expect to be in place. First of all, you need a very solid candidate to market, which we, the NPP, we've done that. The next on the list for us is to put in place a very solid campaign team that can prosecute this electioneering agenda, which will necessarily lead to our victory and breaking the eight in the year 2024, as we are in an election year. So for us, what we sought to do is to put in place a solid team. And so far, if you look at the names that have popped up, these are people that for us, we believe that prosecute our electioneering agenda, which is enshrined with a good vision and listed by His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. So looking at the names that has been put across, we have His Excellency, the President of the Republic, and His Excellency, the former President, John Ejikun Kufuor, being advisors of the campaign team. And that's a good one. With a wealth of experience that if attained through their political career up to this stage, I believe they are in a good position to offer a wealth of advice to the campaign team as well. And if you look at the Venerable Dan Botre, who's chairing the campaign team himself, he's not just competent, but he's also quite knowledgeable, well-experienced, and he's executed quite a number of strategies in the past, which has helped us win elections in the past. Previously, he was a general secretary, and he's been part of almost all electioneering agenda that the NPP has prosecuted since the year 2000, and I think even beyond to the 90s. So he has that experience. I believe in his competency, and I know very well that he can lead the campaign and will be able to get. If you look at the general secretary leading the operations, and Nana B, the organizer, also backing him as his deputy, I believe, yes, we are in a good place to move forward as well. All that matters is that we've put forward a very good vision. His Excellency, the Vice President, has articulated a good number of them, which for me, if you are a Ghanaian and you believe in the next phase or the next line of development for us as a nation, you should necessarily support the NPP to enable us to break the eight. Some of the ideas that he has put out, we believe, is going to solve our problems as a nation. If you look at his position on tax laws, if you look at his position on employment, if you look at his position on most of the things that he articulated, even on this same mining discussion, the view that he's put across, the extensive research that had gone into the work and how he went about it, I believe that with a team that has been put in place now...
You mean the Vice President?
Yeah, the Vice President. If you look at the team that has been put in place now, we are in a good place. And hopefully, we know that God will bless every decision that we are taking now. We'll be victorious at the end of the 2024 election as we break the eight. And this vision will go a long way to develop the nation.
I was reading someone on social media, and was an individual who said this team is sending shivers down the spine of the NDC. Well, have you also inaugurated a party team or a full team?
Well, we are not talking about party today. We are talking about NPP. And interestingly, they are not worried about, breaking the economy. They are worried about breaking the eight.
They say we're turning the corner.
Hold on, I'm saying which is turning. Inflation is actually rising. The city has lost more value today. The city is changing at 12 cities, 60 pesos. Unemployment is escalating.
So is that a discussion you want us to have?
Why? You just asked me.
No, he asked you about campaign team, and you decide to, if you want us to.
Well, do you determine to me how?
No, you can't change topics.
Are you the host? Am I changing topics?
So the question, we are supposed to discuss like items.
So the question I asked. No, let me be categorical about the question and then the response. So the question is, somebody on my wall said this team, as announced, is solid, and so sends shivers down the spine of the NDC.
What is the purpose of a solid team? The purpose of a solid team is geared towards winning an elections. And what is the ultimate objective of any party that wins an elections? Is to improve the living conditions of your people. That is the whole spectrum of governance. So if I'm looking at how abysmally you have managed the economy, and therefore you are constituting a so-called solid team, don't I have the right to question whether your intention to constitute a solid team will inure to the benefit of the people of this country?
But if you
please, can I finish? Please, can I finish? Fantastic. You took unemployment at 6.8. Today it's hovering around 15%. You took inflation at 15%. Today it is hovering around 20-something%. You took debt to GDP a little over 60%. Today it's over 100%. You took everything. A gallon of petrol was how much? It's a liter now how much? You took, in fact, as a matter of fact, and the value of the cedi, you took it at a little below 4 cedis. Today, I have just stated to you this morning on my way here, it's 12.6. So every economic indicator, your government is a disaster. And the one who managed the economy was Dr. Bawumia. So if you want us to go there, you may not have something to say. The ultimate objective, please, in terms of corruption, in terms of corruption, I'm saying that you have performed abysmally. The highest we have ever.
About the team.
Look, I am talking about the team. It is, you see, it's just like
you are saying that
it's just like pouring Voltic water in a bottle of wine, expecting the water to turn to wine. It won't turn to wine. The very people who have been actively participating in the economic mess are those they have constituted. Look, I want to talk specifically about an issue. I listened to my good friend Gideon Boaku, who is the spokesperson to Dr. Bawumia and has been selected as the spokesperson for the communication. Is the communication director or one of his
spokesperson?
About 40-member team, you know, on the.
They have a communication team. They have spokesperson section as well.
Spokesperson. He said that, look, they asked him specifically on Ms. Joyce Ayi. And he said, oh, the woman has been advising Dr. Bawumia on matters of religion. You know, Dr. Bawumia is a Muslim, he's a Christian. We have never engaged in elections in this country where religion, sadly and unethically, has become a standard of determining who is elected than Dr. Bawumia the moment he became the flag bearer of this party. Who cares about which religion anybody belongs? And that has featured so much. He said that because of the religion, I want to look into your cameras and ask Ms. Joyce Ayi. I know Christianity position on LGBTQ nonsense. Dr. Gideon Boaku said that you've been advising the vice president on matters of religion. I want to know from you, madam, what advice have you been given to Dr. Bawumia on the matter of LGBTQ nonsense?
Has Dr. Bawumia
we have been insisting. Dr. President Mahama has stated his position. President Mahama has stated his position very clearly. Dr. Bawumia is my senior brother. I belong. Hold on. I'm looking at the team. I'm asking the question to a member of the team. Dr. Bawumia, so
what are you saying? That
President Mahama,
they don't have the credibility. What are you saying?
Please, I'm answering your. President Mahama has stated his position very clearly on LGBTQ. He said that it will never happen under his watch. He won't accept it, that our values must be protected and respected. This is a vexed matter that has something to do with our way of life, our values, our culture. I have been asking Dr. Bawumia to tell us what is his position on LGBTQ nonsense. And since he has someone who has been advising him on religious matters, I want to know from Ms. Joyce Ayi, what advice have you been given to Dr. Bawumia on the matter of this vexed issue of LGBTQ nonsense? There has never been an issue where religions globally have converged without any doubt than except the issue of LGBTQ. So it is important. Let no one tell me that it is not important. It matters so much. It defines who we are. It determines our values, our culture. It's important. I want Dr. Bawumia to tell us, and I want Ms. Joyce Ayi to tell us what kind of advices she's been given to Dr. Bawumia on the matter of the capacity of the people who have been elected to man the election. The chairman of their campaign, you know,
the chairman is
Honorable Dambuchi, a person I have so much respect for. You can't compare Dambuchi. You can't compare Dambuchi to General Mosquito when it comes to the experience in elections. As a matter of fact, General Mosquito has won more elections. I'm coming.
I think the two of them are the distinguished.
But you can't compare him.
General Secretary.
The gap is too wide.
That's your opinion.
No, I'm stating the facts.
You're stating an opinion.
Yes. No, facts.
An opinion.
No, I'm stating the facts, and you will then interrogate those facts. General Mosquito has won more elections than Dambuchi, even as a member of parliament. General Mosquito has supervised more electoral victories than Dambuchi as the general secretary. So what I am saying is a fact. He had been engaged as a general secretary longer than anybody in this country, and he is a chairman of our campaign. The question I asked my brother when he came, why is it that their national chairman has no specific role to play as far as this campaign is concerned? The only people who have a role to play is the national secretary and national organizer. The reason is simple. Honorable, the vice president, the candidate doesn't believe in the national chairman. He thinks that he.
How did you come?
But during the elections, they said he was supporting. Hold on. During the elections,
your time is up.
During their primaries, he was accused for supporting. What's the name?
Who accused him?
I mean,
you're rhyming speculation.
People who were what speculation? People who were.
You're rhyming speculation.
Why on your station didn't people accuse them? People didn't accuse others for supporting.
So you have a
minute
minute to wrap up on this.
A minute on all that you've allowed him to say.
But you spoke on the first topic, and I spoke 3 times. When I insisted I wanted to respond, he said I should.
Even when it is something that has to do with our party, you asked, I explained.
So I shouldn't ask him a question because
you can ask, but when you ask, you allow him to
give him 1 minute. Take 1 minute of my time.
Which time?
You want to talk again?
I'm giving another 1 minute.
Please. I gave you time. Okay, I gave you time, and
you gave me a topic to discuss.
Yes,
Did that include economic discussion?
Yes, I said. What do you? The specific question I asked you was, what do you make of this team and its ability to be able to manage the campaign to break the 8? That's a specific question.
And that's what we discussed.
Oh yes.
So now you allow.
I asked him that the same team is said to be sending.
Don't worry. Let's move on. We have to understand.
Is it that you don't like my question?
No, it's okay. I like your question.
Okay, so I'm saying that you have a minute.
Don't worry.
You can extend too. That's okay.
I'll just speak about it.
In response to him.
What I'm saying is that in 2008, we left an economy that was growing at 9.8. We had left an oil. We had discovered oil in commercial quantities. Fast forward in the year 2011, the economy was growing at 14 point something %, and the NDC told us that we are experiencing an unprecedented growth. Yes. What happened to us under John Mahama for us to deteriorate to the point that at the time John Mahama was leaving power, growth was 2.9.
He left you 2 additional oil fields.
Oh, please. I have told you, we left oil. We had discovered oil in commercial quantities. An oil that some of you were calling a jungle, we had left that for you. The economy was growing at 14.9. You said we are experiencing an unprecedented growth. Yet under John Mahama, it deteriorated to the point that we were growing at 2.9.
That's not true.
Agric was growing negative. That's your record. And you sit here and you speak about the fact that you think that you can compare economic records to what this government has achieved. You see, even with all this pandemic and all its devastating effect, yes, you can laugh all that you can.
And the death of the
It does not change the fact that it happened. Under the NDC,
and the death of the
even cholera was killing people in this country. Cholera became a pandemic in this country. So what are you talking about? You don't want us to talk about COVID. Something that is a fact that we all know its devastating effect.
Shouldn't talk about COVID.
Even to the extent that your own team, your own campaign team constituted its own medical team to be prosecuting your own agenda, disputing the facts being put out by the Ghana Health Service.
Oh, who did that?
Your team, the NDC. Your NDC put together a medical team. Roland, it's a fact.
Disputed what?
At a point, they were even disputing the fact that we had COVID in this. Look.
We had COVID in Ghana.
No, at the initial stage, when the disease had entered into the country, people were isolated into the Pentecost Convention Center. Your team came out with a report saying that no, all those people that had been sent there.
Which day? Provide the evidence.
The NDC so-called medical team.
Provide the evidence.
At a point, even if President...
Who said that? Who said that?
Are you not aware that the NDC put together a medical team?
Who led
that? I
know.
As a journalist, you don't know.
Who said
that? So which team are you asking again?
No, so I'm asking you, did that team come to dispute the government's own initiative to combat?
Several times they disputed the government initiative. They even disputed the figures that were being put out.
Provide the evidence.
Why are you doing this?
Provide the evidence.
I sat in here, you went Tanja, you
went
to market,
provide the evidence.
Provide the evidence.
No, you can't just lie and expect us to let
you've made a categorical statement. No, we all know that a number of institutions...
Are you disputing the fact that, first of all, there were a medical team that was put in place by the NDC?
I'm not disputing.
Exactly.
So I'm saying, no, listen to me. I'm saying that there were a number of institutions as well as entities in our society at the time of COVID that did put together teams to also combat as part of the effort. The government of Ghana, based on its own efforts, was collaborating with the WHO and other, as well as other global partners. And so the NDC also put up a team. I believe it is public knowledge. We have various entities that also put up team. They were even religious organizations, and so that's why. When you go to church, I'm saying that.
About an opposition party that put up a parallel team that was putting in place contradictory fact to that of Ghana Health Service.
You said,
so you can say, why
you said
me?
You said that you said that the team that was put up by them was negating the efforts of the state. And I'm saying, when did that happen?
I said they were putting in place.
So they told people not to wear nose masks, or they said the figures were lies, or what?
You can't choose words for me. I said they were discussing contradictory fact to what the Ghana Health Service was putting in place.
Like what?
Like when the Ghana Health Service comes out and say that these are the number of people that have contracted the disease, these are the number of people that have died.
And they said it wasn't true.
They said it wasn't true.
Who said that?
Your team, your medical...
Who?
But you keep asking who?
Provide
Am I
evidence.
the one who put the team together?
But you are the one alleging here.
All right.
Because it's a public knowledge.
Do you listen to yourself?
Do you also
all right,
listen to yourself?
please, no fight.
No, you have to listen to yourself.
That's okay, the two of you. You started well.
But
Please, let's bring some water for Mutala and then Ernest.
You allow him to jump into my discussions.
No, please.
And then,
no.
No. But that's what
you are not trying to appeal to the motions.
Oh, no, I'm not appealing.
Roland, the NPP's campaign team is lopsided. There are more Christians than Muslims. Oh, please, let's not go there. It's a haku. And then let me just take this one from Zach. So, Master Planner Junior Kintampo. Honorable Mutala and his NEC should get this once and for all. Dr. Baumia is not corrupt, has never been corrupt, and will never be corrupt. And so, no, please.
The former minister, why?
It's not Gideon Bwako.
The former deputy minister for finance.
It's not Gideon. Gideon Bwako has not been mentioned yet.
The former deputy minister for finance. Honorable, what's the name? Why?
This is a public line, but not Gideon Bwako, please. We dissociate ourselves. Okay, great. You said that.
So has he responded?
We're taking a break. We'll be right back. We have cash out. It goes with a short code, *439#. 2,000 Ghana cedis per each draw. And for all the draws we'll be doing, you'll be getting a lot more. For those of you, money, others who have joined us, please make sure you cash out. Nana Gazo, good morning to you. Isaako Mbaba, Alfred Kojo Tradles, and many of you, we say good morning to you. We're taking a break. We'll be right back.